Did you know Christianity isn't shrinking the way the media often makes it sound? In fact, in some parts of the world, it's exploding with new life, energy, and believers. We're talking about countries where churches are overflowing, worship is spreading like wildfire, and communities are being transformed every single day. From bustling African cities to remote villages in Asia, the story of Christianity is being rewritten before our eyes. So today, we're diving into 10 countries where Christianity is growing faster than you can imagine. Stick around, because number 1 will completely shock you. 10. Nigeria. Revival amid struggles. Let's start with Nigeria, a country where Christianity is both under pressure and thriving at the same time. Nigeria is split almost evenly between Christians and Muslims, but the Christian population is booming, especially in the south. Despite violence, persecution, and poverty, Christianity in Nigeria is growing because of massive Pentecostal and charismatic movements. Churches like Redeemed Christian Church of God and Winners Chapel attract tens of thousands of worshipers each week. Nigerian gospel music is also influencing global Christianity. If you've ever heard African worship songs, chances are Nigeria is behind it. Why so much growth? Simple. People are hungry for hope, healing, and answers in a country that has faced political instability and poverty. Christianity here isn't just a religion, it's a lifeline. 9. China. Underground but unstoppable now. Here's one that might surprise you. China. For decades, Christianity was heavily restricted. Many assumed it would die out, but instead, it's exploding underground. Estimates suggest there are over 100 million Christians in China today, and some scholars predict that by 2050, China could be the largest Christian nation in the world. Much of this growth happens in house churches, small gatherings meeting in secret, away from government eyes. People are drawn to the faith because it gives a sense of community, moral clarity, and spiritual purpose in a society that's rapidly modernizing but often feels spiritually empty. Imagine this. In a nation that officially promotes atheism, the cross is rising quietly but powerfully. That's the definition of unstoppable. 8. Nepal, a quiet but rapid rise. You might not expect Nepal on this list, but it's one of the fastest growing Christian communities in the world. Christianity was practically illegal until the 1950s. Today, tens of thousands of Nepalis are embracing the faith every year. Why? Many point to the personal testimonies of healing, miracles, and deliverance. In rural areas especially, people often say, "I prayed to Jesus and something changed." The growth is grassroots small churches, home fellowships, and word-of-mouth evangelism. Even though Nepal remains majority Hindu, Christianity is spreading in ways that shock even locals. 7. South Korea. Faith and technology collide when you think of South Korea. You probably picture K-pop, Samsung, or futuristic cities. But did you know it's also one of the biggest Christian hubs in Asia? After the Korean War, Christianity exploded here, largely because of Western missionaries. Today, South Korea is home to some of the largest churches in the world. For example, Yoido Full Gospel Church in Seoul has over 800,000 members. South Korea is also unique because it blends tradition with technology. Online services, Christian apps, and global missions are thriving. Korean missionaries are now going abroad, planting churches in Africa, Asia, and even the Middle East. In short, South Korea went from barely Christian 100 years ago to a global Christian powerhouse. 6. Brazil, a Pentecostal wave. Next stop, Brazil. Brazil is already the largest Catholic country in the world, but the real growth is happening in Pentecostal and evangelical churches. Movements like the Assemblies of God are booming, with millions joining every year. Walk into a Brazilian city, and you'll see new churches on nearly every corner. Worship here is vibrant, loud, and full of energy, music, dancing, and testimonies. What's fueling this? Many Brazilians say Pentecostal Christianity speaks directly to their daily struggles, offering healing, deliverance from addiction, and community support. It's not just religion, it's transformation. 5. Iran. Faith behind closed doors. Now this one will really surprise you. Iran. Yes, the Islamic Republic of Iran is one of the fastest growing Christian populations in the world. How? Through underground churches. Reports suggest that hundreds of thousands of Iranians are secretly becoming Christians, many through visions, dreams, and online evangelism. Christianity is technically illegal here, so believers often meet in secret homes, risking prison or worse. But here's the stunning part. The church in Iran is growing faster than almost anywhere else on the planet. Despite persecution, faith is flourishing. That's the paradox of Christianity. It often grows strongest where it's most restricted. For Ethiopia, ancient roots, new growth. Christianity in Ethiopia isn't new, it's ancient. In fact, Ethiopia was one of the first countries to adopt Christianity as a state religion in the 4th century. but what's surprising is how quickly it's growing today. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church remains strong, but newer evangelical and Pentecostal churches are drawing millions of young believers. The country's massive youth population is searching for purpose, and Christianity is stepping in to fill that gap. Worship in Ethiopia is both traditional and modern deep chants mixed with passionate praise bands. It's a fusion of old and new, and it's spreading like wildfire. 3. India. Faith in the shadows. Christianity makes up only about 2 to 3% of India's population. But here's the twist: it's one of the fastest growing faiths in India. Growth is especially strong among Dalits, the so-called untouchables of India's caste system. For many, Christianity offers dignity, equality, and freedom from centuries of discrimination. In villages and small towns, stories of healing and miracles are fueling growth. House churches are spreading, and despite rising persecution in some states, the faith continues to expand rapidly. India might not be majority Christian anytime soon, but the growth is undeniable, and it's often happening in places no one's watching. 2. Kenya. Youth on fire. Kenya is another African nation where Christianity is booming. About 85% of Kenyans identify as Christian, but what's fascinating is how the faith is growing among young people. Kenya's churches are vibrant, filled with worship, music, and community outreach. Christian universities and schools are expanding. Gospel music is huge here, and it's spreading to the rest of Africa and beyond. Kenya is also sending missionaries across the continent. In other words, it's not just receiving Christianity, it's exporting it. 1. Afghanistan. Faith under fire. And finally, the most shocking one, Afghanistan. After the Taliban takeover, you'd think Christianity here would be impossible, but reports suggest that Afghanistan is home to one of the fastest growing underground Christian movements in the world. Afghan believers face some of the harshest persecution on the planet, yet many are turning to Jesus often through visions, dreams, or hearing the gospel online. These believers risk everything: their safety, their families, even their lives. It's a powerful reminder: Christianity often grows strongest in the hardest soil. So, there you have it. 10 countries where Christianity is growing fast. From Nigeria to Nepal, from China to Afghanistan, the story is clear. Christianity is not dying. It's rising, transforming, and spreading in ways that defy expectations. Maybe that's the real lesson. Faith doesn't always grow in comfort. Sometimes, it grows best in challenge, in hunger, and in longing for hope. If you found this eye-opening, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe for more deep dives into faith, history, and spirituality. And let me know in the comments, which of these countries surprised you the most?